Hello, it's Greg Etten here with maritimegardening.com, and today I'm creating a new garden bed. This is a space here in my garden that has just been wood chips for, I don't know, 3 years. And I decided this year, because I've gotten the rest of the garden under control, that it makes sense to turn this into a place to grow something. I'm going to try to grow pumpkins here, as they can just wander around the base of these apple trees and these blueberry bushes and so on. It's not a big deal. I'll train the vines out around this part of the garden, because I don't walk around this part of the garden anyway. It's just a matter of finding a good use for the space. So what I've done so far is put some rocks down. There's a hill near my garden where there's all kinds of rocks. I just have an infinite supply of rocks. It's just a question of digging them out of the ground. And so I've done that. Didn't film that because it's just a tedious rock carrying process, especially on a day like today when it's quite hot. But anyway, so I've placed them all. If you've noticed, I've placed the lower, smaller rocks on the uphill side and the bigger, larger, higher rocks on the downhill side, so that the garden will have a grade that's relatively level. Doesn't have to be perfect, but we want relatively level. And this, when I'm doing it with the garden box with wood, I actually put a level on it, but for something like this, I just go by eye. That's good enough. But there's something wonderful about rocks, because A, they last forever, but also B, they capture heat. These rocks are hot right now, much hotter than the wood chips. The wood chips are warm. The rocks are hot. Like, I can feel the heat in my hands. It's incredible. So the first step is getting these wood chips out. I'll take these wood chips out of the garden, and I'm going to put them back on top as a mulch. So stick them in this bucket here. Can't grow in mulch. Look, there's a piece of tape from the original cardboard boxes. Throw it away somewhere else. Anyway, you can see it's still breaking down. And then we get to the original soil here, underneath the cardboard boxes. Solid clay, right? That's clay. Form that into a ball in my hands. Clay. Okay. So did I start with beautiful, amazing soil? No, this whole garden, when I started, was this. Okay, so people that think you need amazing soil, no, just plant in the ground and use your mulch, and amend where possible. Turn that damn radio off. Sorry, I apologize for that. I left my radio on. Anyway, I'm going to throw all this stuff in the bucket. It's going to be mulch that I can use on top later. Alright, so I've got the mulch up now. I've got a beautiful mulch to put back on top of my garden. Not only is this a good mulch, but it's charged up, right? It's been breaking down for years, so it's absorbed a lot of nitrogen and so on. This will be a wonderful mulch to put back on top of this garden. So now all I'm going to do with my homemade gardening tool is loosen this clay up a little bit. Rid of whatever rocks there are. Let's loosen it up a bit. Doesn't take long. It's still quite hard stuff, right? never mind. It's going to get looser and looser and looser every year, especially now that I've turned it into a garden bed instead of just a walkway. And I decided to do this whole bed, you know, normally I'd use a pickaxe or something tool like that. I decided to do it with just a hand tool to show you that you can do this with a hand tool. You don't need fancy stuff. I got this online for, I don't know, 15 bucks, shipping included. You know, Homi means hand plow, I understand. I don't speak Korean, but this is a Bronze Age Korean tool. It's my go-to tool for just about everything because it's just so elegant, so simple. There's some tape from a cardboard box. Alright, so smooth that out. Okay, now we've broken the soil up a bit. The beauty of having this defined as a gardening space now is that I'm never going to walk on this again. Alright, that's why we have borders, so that we don't walk on our garden beds. We stay off our garden beds. Just leave them alone. Leave them to do their thing. Alright, so that's loose enough. You know, there's some chunks of this and that and the odd rock. But I'm not going to worry about that. For the most part, I'm going to let the worms take care of all the work over the next X number of years. I'm growing pumpkins here just because I need a place to grow pumpkins this year. But if they don't work out well, I'll grow something easy next year, like beans or potatoes. Something like that. But I'm pretty confident because it's been under a mulch all this time. The soil is probably pretty good. Now, talking about soil, got some relatively fresh horse manure. The smell is incredible. The smell of urea. For those that don't know what urea is, Google it. It's not the nicest stuff. Anyway, it's what horses do. They make urea. This is just pure horse manure, and I doubt this has been aged much more than 3 months, to tell you the truth, based on where I got it from. A lot of horse stables will give you their manure for nothing. So it's a great growing medium. Not only because it gives you good results, but because it's free. Alright, so that's that. Now I'm just going to get a top layer. Alright, here I am in one of my compost stations. I'm just going to screen some compost so I can have a nice, beautiful layer of good stuff. This is horse manure and leaves, grass clippings, and weeds, and dead plants, and God knows what else. You can see some of the leaf material, right? Leaf mold, or whatever they call that. Just give it a shake. Breaks down in little balls. Then once you've broken that part up, give it a bit of a massage with your hands. Yes, you're going to get your hands dirty. You can wear gloves, but I just love getting my hands in the soil. Something about it. Maybe it's therapeutic. I don't know. All kinds of weird funguses and God knows what in here. It's all good stuff. Look, there's a huge hunk of leaf. That's all. That's pure leaves there. Broken down leaves. You just smush that up a bit. It'll make fantastic soil. Fantastic soil. Give it a shake. The holes in this screen are about 3/4 inch. I don't think you need to go any smaller than that, in my experience anyway. Seeing people online using finer sieves, but I don't see the point. Just makes your work hard. 3/4 inch or even an inch mesh is all you need for screening out decent soil, in my opinion anyway, in my experience. We got some more of that fantastic leaf mold. As good as manure in many ways. Give that a bit of massage, break it up. There's some worms, I'll put them back in the compost. Get the odd worm in there, the odd salamander. Try to be nice, try to be kind to the nature. Give it a good shake so it starts to roll around. Now they go over the odd rock. A lot of clay balls in here because my stuff I've thrown in here is full of clay. Give that a little massage. Another shake. Put that back in to break down further. That's enough. Alright, here we go with the topsoil. Let her rip. Sure, I could use a rake here, but as I've said before, you don't need a lot of tools to do gardening. Your hands can do a lot. Spreading that out. Make it nice and even. Level to the eye. Pretty good. Hopefully you find this interesting. I hope this gives you something to think about this year as you plan your gardening space and claim certain areas on your property for gardening. You really can't go wrong with rocks. If you've got a nice area that's been de-weeded through cardboard boxes and wood chips, it's very easy and very quick. This took about 20 minutes tops, and if I hadn't been filming it, probably could have done the whole thing in 10 minutes. Very little time to take an area, and this is an area about 4 feet by 5 feet. Very little time to make a little garden bed. And on top of that, because the plants I'm growing here are going to spread out along the wood chip mulch, it's actually a bigger garden than it looks because the plants are not going to just be growing in this space. They're going to be sprawling out along these other areas. Which is exactly what I wanted to do. Alright, so thanks for watching. If you enjoy this content, like us on Facebook, subscribe to our YouTube channel, check out maritimegardening.com podcast, and check out my column in the Local Express. And until next time, get out there, get at it, and have fun in your garden. Thanks.